Well, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself here on the show this evening. It's Bridgeman and a big mucker, Southside. How we doing, gentlemen? And Bridge?
Aye, good evening, Ox. Evening, Bridgeman. And good evening to everyone listening this evening. I'm good, mate.
Good.
He says, I'm Bridgeman. Rats. Can I just say, huge good evening to you guys. A massive good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Fun and games.
How are you, Southside?
Aye, good, mate. I'll say I'm good. Glad we've got the process over of getting a new manager. Took a few days, which you'd expect if you're starting from scratch, I suppose, and having to go out and find your targets. So, aye, we've got the man in place now, so all systems go by the looks of it, mate.
And how's the Doug Francis getting on?
Frank's fine, mate. Frank's fine. He's doing all right. I was just thinking about that wee Doug Fergus, is it called up there, up that West End, is it? Wee Doug Fergus. Northwest. Aye, wee Fergus up there, you know. I heard that's what his name was. He's changed it to Fergus.
I think so, mate.
Aye, Fergus. Aye, changed it to Fergus McPherson. No bad,
He changed it by Doug Poe.
Doug Poe. I love it.
How are you, Bridge? Have you calmed down?
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% now. I think that the happiness has not receded by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm hoping that carries us through till, and for everybody this is, to Sunday, and we go out and put a show on, both at a fan level and at the playing level, and just get there and we win that, and I'll tell you what, our tails will be up. They hardly stop us. People hardly stop us now. That's tremendous. Great news for us. Great news. Very happy.
Hope you're right. I think it's only right at the start of the show. We're really pleased that everything went well for the Smith family today in the memorial service to your Walter. It was good to see everybody going there positive, and it was a celebration, Southside, and very apt and very, very well deserved by a true legend.
Aye, mate. There was a lot of people there. I seen a lot of people arriving the day and turning up and that, and people was invited, and aye, I'm sure it was carried out well, and it was a great service, mate.
Aye, a lot of legends there, Bridgeman,
Aye, there was. You know, I saw a wee bit on the news, and I'm sorry, guys. I know that other people will be there because that's the way Walter was, and he was loved and well respected by loads of other people. Sometimes when I see some of the other people, I just switch off, to be honest. But yes, for Walter, fantastic. Great turnout. And I listened to some of the speeches, and I thought Ali McCoist was absolutely outstanding. Outstanding. Tremendous stuff. Really good.
Very apt for Walter. Right, okay. The madness in the last 2 weeks, Southside. We've not heard from you since the appointment. Let's just hear your thoughts before we start turning our attention to, as Bridge would say, the biggest game of the season.
Aye, a wee bit mixed emotions, mate. I wasn't solely sold on it had to be Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, if I'm honest. But he's got the job, mate, and I'll support him 100%. Obviously, reading between the lines, listening to Ross Wilson, we interviewed other candidates. But at the end of the day, the board's picked who they believe is going to take us forward, mate. So, and as I said, I think it took a bit longer to get it in place. I think our previous manager, had a wee bit of know-how about what might have been happening, and I think that's how it went so quick, and everybody went so quick and get sorted. So, aye, mate, I'm positive. I'm going to be positive on it. Delighted to see that he's committing himself to the club. He was a fantastic player and he's won a lot. It doesn't mean to say you'll be a great manager if you were a good player. But aye, mate, delighted, and hopefully at the end of the season we'll find out if it's been a right good appointment or not. I suppose, mate, we'll just need to judge it as we go along.
6 o'clock Sunday night, we'll know.
Well, I've been trying to read up as much as I can, mate, now that he's here, and sort of his team selections and the way he likes to play and stuff. And so he seems to be a 4-3-3 man to a point, and maybe tweak it. I don't know if he likes to play with a number 10, so I don't know if he'll maybe something that might come into his thinking later on with his team selection, how he picks it. I don't know, but got to be positive, mate. He's done a lot in the game. He was successful at Feyenoord. So, got to back him, mate, 100%, and hopefully the board's picked the right man.
They're always all in. They're always all in Southside.
We had the same idea when the previous manager walked in the door, you know. A lot of people and myself were questioning his experience, obviously, but he surrounded himself with the right coaching staff that knew their stuff. So I'm sure Gio will do the same, and he's got experience in management, so he's not lacking in that. So, mate, I'm looking forward to him getting in the dugout. And then, obviously, I think it'll take him a bit of time, in my opinion, maybe to tweak things. Don't think he'll tweak things too quickly. We've got a lot of games coming up, mate, and he'll not have a lot of time on the training pitch. I think we'll have 2 or 3 games a week. So, I think he'll settle in and he'll maybe tweak 1 or 2 things, but I don't think he'll go daft now, mate, until maybe later on when he's got a chance to get the players on the training field regular. I think for the next wee while it'll just be a case of game to game.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense, mate. That makes sense. Just because they're running of fixtures, yeah.
Mate. So totally that reason. Just solely that reason.
Here's a question for you two very intelligent lads. Well, do the best I could do tonight, but you will do. Right. Somebody asked me this today, and I thought it was valid. And who's coming in under the most pressure? Was Stevie G, or is Gio coming in because of expectation levels? What's your thoughts there, Bridge?
Well, I think I posed that question a wee bit last night. My personal opinion is I think Gio will have the most pressure because he's already stated that he's inheriting a good team who are well placed in the league and who have got a great chance in Europe. He's mentioned these things, if not maybe just hinting some of it, but I think he's quite happy. That's one of the reasons why he's here, I would imagine. So he's got the goods there, and he knows himself that he can't fail. He can't see, if he drops points or anything like that in the league, then it's all down to him. In reality, based on what he said, I'm not going to blame him, obviously, but I think he's got a great pressure on him. Brilliant amount of pressure. Massive. I'm sure he'll be able to rise to it. I'm sure.
Yeah. Just the expectation levels have changed, but it was a valid question, Southside.
There's always pressure when you're a manager or a player at Glasgow Rangers, mate. We know that comes with the job, the remit. I think Gio, it's unusual for a manager to come in and take over a team when, for one, they're top of the league. Usually they're bottom of the league and you've got problems and there's a lot of discontent and results haven't been going your way. But Gio's coming in now, we're top of the league, we're in a semi-final, we're still in Europe, so everything's positive, mate. It's just about him coming in and settling in with the backroom team and just trying to continue on and add their own bits and bobs that they're going to do at the club and the way forward for them thinking the way we'll play football. But I don't think there'll be any radical changes straight away. But mate, he's coming in at a right good time where the team's top of the league and there's certainly good players in the squad. And it's just about managing them, mate, and hoping that they're going to turn in performances,
Aye. Response is all you're looking for. Effort, commitment, all the basics, Bridge, man.
Yeah, I think it's all got to happen for him in a very short space of time. So the one he's got no control over, that I don't think anyway, which is Sunday, and I was delighted to see something this morning on Follow that Jermaine Defoe is going to lead the team out. So I'm delighted for him for that. That's a really, really good thing for him. And let's hope it's a success for him. And then Gio will pick up the reins. And by Thursday, I will assume he'll be into the players and asking for great things from them. and let's hope that everything goes right and he gets the answers he's looking for. That's what I want. And then we'll see a difference. We'll see a big difference.
It's important to get a good start. It's not the be-all and end-all Southside, but always helps, eh?
We're in the semi-final, mate, a cup, and we all Hibs won for 2016, so all the incentives are there. So, and obviously you want to get off for a good start for your manager that'll be sitting in the stand and maybe be one of the assistants. So everything's there for us, mate. The carrot's there. Let's get to that final, you know. So I'm hoping that his presence at the game on Sunday will cheer the players up. I'd imagine he'll come in and speak to them probably, but I'll be left to probably the coaching staff there. And like I say, the players know the system. We've played it for that long, and I'd imagine that'll be similar to how we'll go. It'll just be a case of maybe who picks the team. That'll be a hard one this week probably for people. It was hard most weeks, but it'll be even harder this week. But aye.
I'll tell you, also when we're talking about the semi-final, a friend of the show had been let down for a couple of tickets for Saturday for himself and his Sunday.
Sunday.
Or it might be, I don't know. And anybody who is looking to get rid of a couple of tickets, two together, obviously Father and Son, it's actually Father and Son, get in contact with the show and we'll pass it on to our North West correspondent. You can work out who that is. Somebody we know is looking for two tickets if anybody's getting any spare. Just if you get spare, we'll appreciate it. Right, okay. I'm going to put you two on the spot and then we'll get the phone lines on. Bridgeman, you're the one with the brains, the experience, the good looks, the money. You've got it all, mate.
Oh,
you
boy.
Can go second. Right, Southside, pick your team for Sunday.
Oh, that's a bit early. McGregor, Tav, Golson, Balogun and Barisic, Kamara, Davis, Aribo, Kent, Alfie and Hadji.
Okay. What was that last player's name?
Your pal. Your pal.
All right, okay. You were doing ever so well there. Right, on you go, Bridgeman.
I think, to be honest, I think I would agree with Southside right up to the midfield. And up front, I think I would rather right on the right, excuse me, Morelos and Sakala. That's what I would have.
No Ryan Kent after that performance last time.
Sorry, it's right. I did. I say right. Ryan Kent. Sorry, I won. Ryan Kent, Morelos, and Sakala. Apologies. Right, Tommy. Right. Oh, centre half. That's what I would like to see.
All right. So it's just a one change, really.
So, yeah, it's just a bit. Yeah, just a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll get these phones on and see what their thoughts are. Looking forward to getting to the final. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I think I would be tempted to go with Bridges free there, and nothing against Hadji. I know we have a bit of fun with that, Susie. I just think the open spaces of Hampden, that pace could just use the pace on both sides could be an advantage, mate.
Aye, I mean, there's a chance he could maybe play Hadji deeper to sort of thread the boss through, you know. Mm-hmm. And I know what you're saying, he lacks that bit of pace and the big part, but he's a big game player, mate. It's a big game for us, so, and I think you'll get a bit more room. So I tend to play him. I like Sakala. I think he's come in, he's done all right. He's what we're looking for. He'd be given a chance. He likes to shoot when he's running about the edge of the box. Some of your other players like to pass it. So I like that in him. And he's started well, obviously, had his goals at Motherwell and that. And we've been bursting for him to sort of come into the team when he's been given a chance and show something. But so it wouldn't surprise me if he started. But I just went Kent, Alfie and Hadji up front. I'm not playing Roof either. So, aye, that was just my preference, mate. That was all.
Bridge?
I think the team I picked, I wouldn't make any great changes to it, to be honest. I think there's something about Hadji, and he's been coming into a game, or onto a game, quite well. And when he's came on, sometimes as substitute, he's been immense. And so in the last game he played from the start, he was great as well. So if he wanted to change someone else to Hadji, then that might happen as well. So the obvious would be you could change Sakala to Hadji. But I think Sakala is on form and on fire, scoring a lot of goals at club and the international level. So I think I'd like to keep him in there. I don't have any doubts about him. I think he's a smashing good player. That.
Is he surprised you Southside Sakala?
Aye, a wee bit, mate. That he looked a bit raw for me to start. You know, first touch, second touch, it was like he was trying to control the ball, but obviously needed time to settle in. He's looked a bit better, mate. He looks quite sharp. He's got plenty of energy about him. He runs and he's taking up space. He's different. He's a different type of player. If we're looking at a striker, he's different for Alfie. But he played on the left, mate. And whether he'd maybe swap him, he'd play him on the right. Bridge, you're saying you'd still keep him in the team. That might be the case, but he's been playing left, you know. So if Alfie's playing through the middle, then you'd need to say to him, well, he's going to go on the right then, because Kent will come back on the left. I think Ryan Kent will start on Sunday.
I agree with you.
You never know, Bridge. You're not picking the team. You know, maybe Kent might get popped on the bench, you know. And he might play Sakala, Alfie, and either a right or a Roof or whatever up front, you know, and start that way. We don't know, but we're only guessing the now.
I think the team you picked is probably the strongest team that we could have picked, given the circumstances. There are a number of players that you could easily slot in there. Lundstrom, you could have him in the team instead of Kamara, and so on and so forth. Because it's going to be a tough game. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's going to be a very tough game, and it's a big pitch. It's going to be very tiring. So, you know, you get people you could swap in and out there dead easy. But no, I think it's probably the strongest team we can get.
I will see. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I fancy it strongly. I just think I don't know why I've not made back this up Southside. I think they will get a positive reaction.
I'd like to hope so, wouldn't you? You know, everybody should be. It's a semi-final, you know. They've let themselves down before. So this is another chance for this squad and players to get us to a final. You know, that's a reward. So I'd like to think, mate, that we'll be well up for it. I'm sure the backroom team that's there. But we've got professionals, mate. If Tav, McGregor, Golson, Stephen Davis, to stay alone, you know, Arfield, if they can't grab the rest of these players now and say, right, if anybody's feeling sorry for themselves, well, it's time to forget that, you know. You're playing at Rangers, you know, there's plenty of time to feel sorry for yourself later on in the season if you're not happy. But the now we want everybody on fire on Sunday and get out there and stick it right into that Hibs mob, because we certainly owe them one, mate. And aye, I've got a good feeling about it, mate, as well. I think if we come out of the blocks, hopefully right early. I don't know about injury situations, mate. I've not heard anything about any of the players that have come back for international duty, but I'd imagine that they're probably all right, mate. Unless you've heard anything, no.
Roof never got a start for Jamaica. I believe he's injured, mate.
Was he? Right. Well, I never had him in my starting team, so. Well, bye, mate. We should be looking to come right out the traps on Sunday. Yeah. The manager's here. We're going to have a full house at Hampden. It's going to be massive Rangers support there. We're making some racket. And as we're looking for the team to perform. That's it, and get the win.
Simple, Bridge.
Yeah, I know it's easy to say these things. I know that, and I'm sure the South Side, myself and yourself, know how difficult it's going to be. Now, if we come out the traps properly and we get a wee bit of rub of the green, as they say, then we could in fact go on and score maybe a goal, an early goal, maybe two, and that'll settle us down. Our habits, I'm afraid, don't tell us that's going to happen. We've been a bit lax that way. So we have to come out and get right in, tore in, and let's see where it takes us. Because there's no doubt about it. They're not a bad team, Hibs, you know, quite a good footballing side, and there's some tough players in there. And I think that boy Portis is back in again, so I don't know what damage he's going to cause, or try to cause, should I say. I don't think he should be playing against us anyway, that's for sure. Because he didn't get banned.
We'll see where it takes us. One of your favourite referees in Sunday Bridge?
Oh, not Mr. Clancy, surely. God, what a day it is. So we end up, no matter which corner we turn, we're going to have a whole pile of things against us. That's what it feels like to me, no matter which corner we turn. Because we end up getting Clancy and, what do you call him, cheating, beating. I mean, you have to go double, don't you? You have to be twice as good as you could be.
Don't worry about it, mate. I've got you a booking for the annual Jers meeting next year.
The annual Jers meeting?
Aye, Celtic's AGM.
Oh, that one. I heard that. I saw a comment on follow, and it sounded just like when you said that. The annual Rangers meeting at Parkhead. I think it was, I don't know what the figure was. Somebody said it was something like 30 times or something a Rangers were mentioned at their AGM. You're like, what the hell are they doing?
Keeping up the mantra, always cheated, never defeated.
Unless they win.
Aye, of course. But see, wee Nippy was getting it, I know. She cost him it and everything. It's brilliant. You know,
is that
couldn't
right?
make it up.
Right? Oh my God.
Aye.
You couldn't make it up. Right, come and join us. We've just got a new manager, Bridgeman, eh?
Brand new manager for us. And I'm sure that's caused a couple of small ripples on the other side of the city. And they'll be, I don't know what they'll be calling the guy in the club, but who cares? Who cares? We make him out and stick it to them, and let's hope we do. I think he's a different manager to their manager, yeah? You would agree with that?
Aye, so sound that.
Aye. I think I'm just wondering, Jay, about this wee question to the two of you, how we sort of play with us false nines as we bring our wingers in, as we keep saying, get your wingers out in the touch lines. So I'm wondering if that'll be a wee tweak that you might do, because you want Alfie to play as your number 9, as a real number 9, in the box all the time looking for goals. So I'm wondering if that'll be a wee tweak that you might do in time, is get wingers wide maybe, and get Alfie playing like he was 2 seasons ago when he scored 29, 30 odd goals for us, playing right through the middle, you know, and no coming short.
Brilliant shout, by the way.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, for me, your number 9 or your centre forward, whatever you want to call him, but he is ultimately judged on the amount of goals he scores, if he's obviously playing in that position. But when you're left isolated, sometimes you're doing a job for the team. Well, it's a slightly different role in it, but putting them in the box and getting yourself a dozen tap-ins a season, you know.
100% right, pal. 100% right. It's the way Alfie's been playing. I quite enjoy Alfie when he's playing out. He's out there feeding, picking up, feeding, and he's a presence when he's out there. He very rarely gets, shall we say, fouled. He's too strong for the people that are going to try and foul him. He needs to be a big centre half so they can give out some stick on him. But I think he's great for us, no matter where he plays. But I would agree with anybody who says we really need him as a number 9 and get in there playing as a number 9. There's no good. But it comes time, the ball gets crossed in and Alfie's not there. And if you're going to blame Alfie because he's not there, and at the same time you're going to say, well, we actually played a marvellous pass over to someone who gave it out in the wing and the ball came in, and Alfie was still coming back. We need him to be in there. I don't know how you solve the problem, but maybe Sir Callum might help me.
I'd be interested to see if it pans out. What's the number of people want to join us, Bridgeman?
The number's 0141 356 1972. Come on in.
Come in, speak to the boss in the reception. She'll look after you. Right, okay. What was that, mate?
The boss. Brilliant, isn't it?
Trust me. Well done.
You on your best behaviour, the night troops.
Love it.
I wonder. I knew she was on the show tonight, Rich.
She was on the show.
I knew she was on the boss tonight. Fox turned up a shirt and tie and all that one. No, I mean, so I did give away. You know what he's like.
I think he gets beat up all the time, man. To be honest, you don't get you got to do in there. Was it Fox who's got a collar tie on?
There's only one winner. It's no Fox, I'll tell you.
He's even had a haircut. That Fox, like, look, he's had a haircut, hasn't he?
Oh, mate. See him last night with red cookies. You ever see anything like it, Bridge?
Oh, what a man. What a man. I'll tell you. He's a cracker. He really is a cracker.
I'll give you that. He's definitely a one-off.
He just loves to do it.
Not the first time he said cream in his face, is it?
No. That's usually... That's for the chocolate of Claire's, of course.
Aye.
Yes, I see where you're coming from there, but... Aye, that and all. Right, okay, where are we? Right. The geo factor. I think the support... I've been on a roller coaster, so said we went down that hill and everybody's went, oh no, honest, good work. And then we're coming up the other side there. And hopefully as Sunday kicks in and Thursday gets there, we're still going up and up and we're on the rise again. I was actually surprised how quickly we bounced back as a support Southside.
Aye, us sort of older ones, mate, we've seen it, and managers have came and gone before in the past, you know, and at times it happens, you're like, oh, wow, what Soonest done it, you know, and then Walter took her, and Walter left, and we've had Advocat, and he left, and we've had Alex McLeish, but I think a lot of people, just because of where we'd been after the Kashina and Murphy sort of time that we had at the club, so, well, obviously the last manager got his kudos back, and then obviously the now, we were a bit done and shocked. But now, I think Masty's aware of that now, mate. We've got to look forward. He's there, but the guys knows everything about the club, as we've said. So we're looking for the feel-good factor, mate, and it starts on Sunday against Hibs, you know. So, I think the support now is getting galvanised, mate. Everybody's going to get behind the guy. And we've just got to just look forward now, mate. Just get the results and just let's get winning, and then that's the geo factor up and running 100%, bro.
Good points. I get where you're coming from, but will we get that bounce, as they call it, Bridgeman? We like a bit of bounce in our support.
We like a bit of bounce. It would be, excuse me, it would be ideal. We just spoke before. We spoke just as the show started. What we would like to see. I think Sunday is going to be a massive game for us. If we get the right result, then you're going to see massive help, massive support, and whatever Rangers want from the fans will give them it. But it's got to be it. They've got to be able to see it, got to see how we do, and if they see this thing happening for us, you know, and my goodness gracious, we could go anywhere as a club. With the support we've got, we could go anywhere, and all any fears that we've got, the fans will support us. So that should sweep it all away. That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see Rangers getting right in with the fans as a club and coming together again. And any naysayers need to stop and think again what they're trying to do. If they're trying to do it, we need to be together and let this man carry us through. In my opinion, that's what we need to do. And we'll do it. I'm confident we will.
All right. If you're confident, that'll do for me. That'll do for me. What do you think it actually means to the players Southside, in your opinion? Do you think there's three camps? One's bothered, one's no bothered, and the ones in the middle don't care a toss either way?
If I look at the squad, I think Tav Golson, I would think Arfield, Stephen Davis, Alan McGregor, Alfie, been there, 2 different managers. So I think to them, I think they've it'll not really affect him that much. I think maybe a Rebo Kent, possibly. I think might have a wee bit of affection for Stevie G, and maybe he's the type of players that he might look to take. Some managers do that. So I think maybe they might be a wee bit sort of disappointed he's left. But on the whole, mate, players adapt, don't they? Sometimes managers do take the odd player with them, but I think most of your squad, Barisic and I don't think it should really matter. I think they should get on with it, mate. So I don't see it being too much. And it might be good, mate, after a wee while that you hear somebody else's different voice for a wee change and something different, you know? Aye, some of them might have switched off slightly, and if you've not been getting regular game time and that, you might switch off slightly. So there might be a few, mate, that might think, right, okay, he's away and this is my chance maybe to get back in the team.
All right, I'll cut across you, talking about people who's never stale. We'll be joined by Big Al. Evening, Big Al.
Hi there, gentlemen. Who's the boss?
Big Al. Mate. What do you think? A nice acquisition to the staff?
Oh, I don't know. It's the boss. That was her name. She's told me she was the boss.
I
thought Fox had done a sex change. Anyway. Southside, you got a sausage dog?
No.
Oh, what's his name? Frankfurt. My God.
No bad, big man, no bad.
The Mitchell brothers, one's got a French bulldog, another one's cutting about with a sausage dog. My God.
Yeah, British bulldog, Big Al, right?
Is that that's better.
Right, it's a British bulldog, right? He's got one of the French. You know what the French done in the war, mate? You know, they put a white flag up and their tanks went backwards, right?
His is all a fashion statement.
No. This is just
Stevie's.
Stevie's
is a fashion statement.
Aye. It's a wee yappy thing, mate.
I know.
Yaps all the time. It's like him, you know, he doesn't shut up. You know?
It'd be the biggest, if it's like Steve, it'd be the biggest French bulldog gone about, man.
Honestly, good to hear you on, big man.
Right. I've just drove back up for Sydney. I've been down there working. I stayed down there during the week. I'm on a night shift. Life's great. Try to find a COVID testing place. Nothing's open at 7:30 in the morning, man. Jesus. Gio seems to be the popular choice, eh? I don't know if they did interview anybody else. I think he'll do as well. I've done a wee bit of research. I heard you saying that when I was driving there. You looked into him a wee bit more. He seems to be quite flexible. Is it that? I was going to say Leon Balogun, but there's on the BBC Football Daily, he was speaking about him. He knows him quite well. He said he's not rigid in the 4-3-3. He's quite happy to change it. Bridge may get his wish. 3 at the back. He says he goes into a formation like that. He'll go in 5. He'll play the wing backs. So I think everything looks good for us. He's got a bit of class about him. We all know what he was like as a player. So we just need to see. I think he will be a good fit for us actually. This Roy Mackay, he was a phenomenal striker. So he might get us playing that a wee bit more direct way, an actual number 9 like you're talking about with Morelos. So I'm looking forward to it. I wish him well. Why is he going to be sitting in the stand? You start a new job, you want to be on the coal face.
Not going to work permit to Monday.
Oh, right, okay. So that stops you from standing on the side of the park?
Aye, but in what related, yeah.
Right, okay. Right,
he can't even be our manager, right? Because he needs a work permit, something like that.
Aye. But he can go into the changing room before the game and talk to the players.
I don't think so.
Can he jump on the bus with them and give him the time talk going to the park?
I don't think so.
Nah. Well, you do a Zoom conference. That's all they go now. I think he has to have a bit of an input on Sunday. I would be very shocked if he didn't. If we didn't see a wee tweak here and there. I'd like him to tweak the team straight away, put his kind of stamp on it, if you like.
What's the tweak? What's the tweak?
I don't know. Play Morelos as a centre forward. Don't be too rigid on that 4-3-3. Play whatever his tweak will be. I mean, I was talking to my father about it, and he'll know the players. I think he'll have kept a wee eye on the players, so he'll know what he's kind of got in his toolkit, if you like. So I think I heard Southside say, we owe Hibs one. We owe them more than one, pal.
Aye.
You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to see us go out there, dominate the game. The players play. Just in regards to maybe players leaving, I don't know if we've got any players that would suit in that Premier League at the moment. You never know, but if the day come calling, they better pay top dollar. Every player you've mentioned, 20 million or more. They've got plenty of money, that crowd down there. So he made the point last season when we were talking about our players going to other clubs. So there's a few players I wouldn't mind getting ready, freshen it up a bit, maybe bringing a bit of talent for the Netherlands or a wee bit of European talent. Use a wee bit of spice of life. That's my kind of take on it.
Aye. I get what you're saying, mate. It looks as if he's the favourite. It's been rubber stamped. I believe there was another two interviews took place out.
I've seen that, but why are we not getting to know about the other two?
I think that it's been fair that they don't want to put it out there. I think one of them's in employment. Yeah.
And who would that be? Have you had any? Just to see who he's up against, it's just sheer curiosity.
They were both from the north of Europe, yeah.
The north of Europe?
That's a clue, yeah.
But Iceland?
No.
Right, okay, we'll start going down. Faroe Islands?
No. All right, I'll make it easier. North of France, then?
North of France? Guernsey? Look, that's what it is. I think it was kind of, I don't know. I had to watch the interview, so look, I think he's been, as I said previously, a popular choice. Look, I wish him more success. I like him more than I ever liked a Steven Gerrard. To be quite honest, I loved him as a player, and he has got a bit of class about him. I think we've seen that. He seems to hold himself well. Look, but I'd just like to. You start a new job. I know the permit thing, but I think it has to make a statement. He's a man. He's a new manager. So I wish him well. I really wish him well.
He's got a standing in the game, mate.
Definitely.
Definitely got a standing in the game. And nobody, once again, nobody seems to have a bad word for him, do they?
That's what I'm kind of alluding to as well. I mean, he seems to carry himself really well. He always did when he was with us. And look, to be honest, once he left Rangers, I didn't really follow him. I know he was with Arsenal and Barcelona, and he was the Dutch, played with the Dutch team and then at Feyenoord and that. But look, he's won a league title with them. I think whilst he was at Feyenoord, there was 5 trophies won. Am I correct in saying that? Some cups and things like that as well. When he was there with Koeman. So, look, he knows what we're all about. That's a big plus, I think. He's got managerial experience on his CV. That's another plus. I think we all like him. So he's not coming at you. We're not getting somebody that we're not sure about. We don't really know the name and things like that. So we've got a good heads up on him. But he has to perform. It's as simple as that. He's coming in with a semi-final. He's coming in. We're top of the league. So I think everything's fallen into place for him, and I think he's suited. He looks a really clean and tidy guy, and he'll look well suited and booted at the side of the park with his shirt and tie on. So that's what we look for in a manager.
Here's a question for you three gentlemen. I'll start with Southside, then I'll go to Big Al, and I'll go to Bridgman. Is it the football inside your club in a better place tonight than it was 2 weeks ago? Yes or no? And why? Southside.
Better football inside.
Are we in a better place, the football inside of the team?
I don't know, mate, to be honest. I've still got a wee bit of reservations about him, even although what he's done. So,
Will that be a no then?
no, for me, no.
All right, that's fair. No. There's no trick here, Big Al?
2 weeks ago, we had a manager that left. Now we've got a manager, so I'd say we're in a better place because we never had a manager. So I think so.
2 weeks ago we did that. We were just getting ready to play against Ross County. We just played away in Bromby. Yeah, 2 weeks ago tonight. Yeah.
Look, I never liked him. I can't sit here and lie. Like I never liked him. I thought he could have done better to hang me. Look, I'd be quite happy if he came and took Aribo and a few of the other loose ends for me. I'd be quite happy, like if he comes and takes him, like and get
you
big
never
goals.
had that. You never had that, mate. Right? What about you, Bridgeman?
I wouldn't know really. I'm hopeful. I've got a lot more hope than I had earlier on in the week. But I don't know if we're in a better way, footballing wise. We should be, and with a great deal of luck and work, we will be. But I think losing our manager is a big drop. It's a big fault for us, in that sense. So we don't know what's going to happen, how the players are going to react. So I'm hopeful that we will be, but I don't know if we are.
All right, okay, I get it. Only time will tell, because there's been a bit of upheaval, Southside.
You'd be glad you asked that question there. I think it's I mean, obviously, a guy, we know Gio is a football player, right? But an idea he wants to get the ball down, he's going to pass and play. I'm hoping that Alfie, whoever our number 9 is, but I'm going on the assumption at the moment that it'll be Alfie. Then I want him to play further up, as right through as a number 9. I think he might, in time, as I said, Al, I don't know if you heard, but I think he'll not tweak much over the next few weeks. I don't think he'll tweak that much. I think in time he will. I think he might play our wingers maybe wider, might play a centre forward through the middle more, looking to get goals like he did 2 seasons ago when he was banging them in. And I think he might play slightly with a number 10, maybe in time in their team. Maybe play 2 holding midfielders and play one just in. So in a 3-bit, maybe something like that. That's just my own opinion. So I don't think we'll play with the 2 wingers tucked in all the time. I think he might tweak that and maybe get Kent and possibly Wright that will play out wide. You know, it's just my opinion. I think maybe wee things like that we might see him tweak.
Right, okay. All right. Aye, you're still with us, Big Mal and Big Al. You're on mute, yeah. Hopefully we'll be with us in a second. I'd be interested to see how it pans out there. I'm feeling a lot more positive than I was this time last week. Hello. You're back with us, Big Ian, yes?
Right, aye. Look, I'm sitting in the motor here. It's not great. I know the cars are going by now. Look, I would just like to see him do something on Sundays. Maybe if we see something a wee bit different, like, and I fully support him. I think he will. I think he'll do us a good turn. I think he will.
Hope you're right.
And hey ho, we'll win the league. 56, like, and hopefully gets a treble or a double or something. You know what I mean? Just to ram it right up Aston Villa. And that guy, what was his name again?
What do you mean by that? Good point. What was his name? Good point, well made.
Right. Take care, gents.
Yeah,
look after that dog's outside, all right?
Aye.
You wash it in the shower, will you?
Yeah, it went to the groomers, mate. Come on. Goes to the groomers. Come on. Oh, no.
In the shower.
No, goes to the groomers, mate.
He loves the taste of Lynx, Africa.
Good to hear you anyway, big man.
I know, right? I've been listening to you all week. I've not had a chance to phone in or that. I'm usually my scratcher by that time, but same again. Excellent all week. He's brilliant. Take care, gents. All the best.
Cheers, big man. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
All the best, big man.
Bye.
Thank you.
think he was very, very honest from day one, but he was never really enamoured with the previous manager. Wished him well and hoped it went well and was delighted when he got his success, but he wasn't a guy who was enamoured with him. But that's football, that's being a supporter. I know everybody loves every player, you know.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Look, I'm under no illusion about our manager, the previous manager. I adored the guy. I'll tell that to the whole world. And I'm sorry he went. But we have to move on, and we've moved on. And we've got a good manager based on his track records. He's been a smashing manager, an outstanding world-class player. And he's got a great, as I say, a great CV as management-wise. So we don't seem to have done anything wrong. Seems to be maybe even a wee bit more plus on Van Bronckhorst's side than there was in our previous manager. I can only say I hope he does go on and do it, but I don't have any, shall we say, grudges on our previous manager or Gerrard. No. I hope he goes from success to success. I do. Sorry, guys. Hope I did disappoint people.
No. Oh, I get it, mate. I get it. I think we've been joined by our good friend James from Paisley. Evening, Jim.
All right, guys. How you doing?
You doing, Jim?
Oh, there's somebody we're getting noise for the background there, James.
No, it's still me, mate. I've got nothing on.
We know that you've got your cam on, but we're getting noise for you.
No, that's a female's voice. I can hear in the background myself.
Oh,
Is that it now, man?
Right, carry on, mate. The floor's yours.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just... I know you're talking about for a minute. I was just wondering, I'm just after watching Walter's Memorial on YouTube there.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
I was sitting here I'm basically sitting with a kitchen roll in front of me, greeting. I'm not kidding you. What a touching service it was. Yeah, I don't know if did you see it?
I seen it, mate. Aye.
Oh, some of the speakers, man. Oh, I thought, I know I have certainly done it. You've had to speak in front of people, and that takes a lot of bottles to stand in Glasgow Cathedral and talk to his family and friends. And they must have took a lot of bottle for the guys that did that, you know. And I thought it was fantastic. A really great tributes, really fantastic tribute to go to the.
Very apt, I thought. Very apt, I think, and I think he deserved it, James.
Oh, absolutely. I was very touching, yeah. Very touching. I took a wee while to get over it, you know. I was wondering if I was going to be able to get through it or to watch it. Or it was, it was really, really touching service. And I think everybody went up and spoke, gave them testimony, although they did the man proud of the Yorkshire.
Well done. Very well done. That's very kind words, mate, for your good self, mate. How are you feeling on the football front? Because obviously Walter would want us to thrive on and win on Sunday, mate.
Well, I think we'll win on Sunday, all right. I don't think there's not going to be a problem there, Yorkshire. I've never seen a problem. This isn't going to be a problem for us for Sunday, rather. And I did say during the week, I think I was scoffed at when I did say that the new manager will be sitting in the sand on Sunday, which he will be doing.
Yes, you're always right.
And let the guys who's been doing the work up to the week, let them sit on the bench and let them run the team on Sunday, and the new manager will take over on Monday or Tuesday for the big game on Thursday. But Sunday's not going to be a problem for us, I don't think.
Yeah. Just on another subject, have you got all the pigs and blankets all ordered, Jim?
Aye, absolutely. Aye. Well, I'm working tomorrow. Oh, it's right. I'm working tomorrow night, so I'll get a grub in for Sunday. How's that suit you?
Smashing, mate. You're a top man. Top man.
Usual buffet, you know. I know the way you like it, you know, pigs and blankets, you know, and the cheese, pickle, and lots of ham on the sticks and that, you know.
Aye. It's like a batting time.
Aye.
Always good, Jim. What's your team on Sunday, Jimmy? Anything radical?
No, nothing radical. Back four. I'm definitely playing Bassey, right? So Bassey's dead my left back. The midfield here, the midfield's a bit of a conundrum.
There was a bigger conundrum when Giovanni Van Bronckhorst was playing.
No. What do I do? The Big Joe, is he playing up one or is he playing in the midfield? This is what the thing we've always keep thinking about. We're not really sure where Big Joe is better. Are they playing up one? Or are they playing back in the three in the mid, or up front? I prefer him up front.
Me too, but you've got to get him in the team south side.
Sorry, mate.
Joe Revo.
Aye.
One up.
I think he's probably better one up, I think. But, I mean, he's had some good displays in the middle of the park for us. But I think he is better one up. This is an interesting thing. I think this is, we'll see if Gio wants to play somebody like that as one up out there, or is he going to play like a winger, and things like that. So it'll be interesting going forward. But I think on Sunday, Jim, I would have him. I had him in my midfield, mate, and I had Hadji up front with Alfie and Kent, mate. Right, aye. That's what I'm saying. He's the conundrum, where do we play him? So if you're playing him up front, you're going to play Ludstrom, Stephen Davis in the midfield together. Do they still work for you? Some people say they don't work together, but I didn't see any problem the last place they played together.
When did the last play together? They played in Europe at home. Was it Bromby? Was that the last time they played together? Would I be right in saying that?
I may be right.
They'll not be far wrong anyway, that's for sure.
Aye, they might have, aye. Can't remember, it was only a few weeks back,
Aye, it feels like a lifetime ago.
So what you got to do, mate? Ludstrom, Stephen Davis and Kamara in midfield. The Big Joe. Hey, by the way, who's playing centre forward? Who's playing for number 9? That's another one we've got to think about too, Is Alfie sitting on the bench again, or is he going to come on late on, or are they going to start with him? They'll play the full game, but I don't think then Ken, he's a certain starter anyway.
It'll be interesting, Jim. I mean, obviously, Sakala's had a run of form. I mean, he wasn't bad in the last home game. He got that hat trick. We scored a hat trick at international football. We're hoping his good run continues, mate.
That's what I'm saying. We've got a couple of positions there we've got to try and we've got to look at. There's a couple of positions there we're all looking at. What's the committee that's running the team for Sunday? How are they going to pick this team? I dare say we Jermaine Defoe have a lot to say about who's playing up front. I suppose if he's
might yourself again.
Aye, yeah, maybe wear number 14 jersey. You never know. Oh.
Aye, get the win bonus for getting to the final.
Aye.
But
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting just to see what they do.
Aye, and then once the game starts, mate, everything's back to normal, isn't it?
Aye, absolutely. Looking forward to it, though.
When you've been talking to your friends and that, Jim, I know you're a man of great wisdom and great friends. What have they been saying to you? The two guys.
I'll fill out on them. I do like discussions. See, I've got my own thoughts, Oxshire, and I don't like getting into arguments with people because a lot of discussions going and I maybe start falling out with people. So I play my cards close to my chest, and then I can always say I told you so or something. I think most of us are all the same, Oxshire. The midfield and who's playing up front. We usually know the back four picks itself. Another thing I was going to ask you, I wonder if we bring Katic back in January. Golson shoots.
I'll pass that one to the south side. He's got thoughts on that. South side down the bridge.
Jim, I think we should get Katic and Itten and whoever else is out there on loan. And Stephen Kelly, I think, will be somebody else that will come into the reckoning, mate. He'll be hoping that maybe somebody like Gio might be hoping that he might be a player that might get in the squad. And Patterson will be looking at it as a fresh manager coming in. He'll be looking to push to get a starting place in front of Tav. So, I think we should get our loan players back if it's possible, mate, because I want the manager to have a look at the whole squad over a period of time. He might have a change of system. It might suit certain players that we've not seen. So, Katic and Itten, I'd hope to get them back.
Southside, I wonder if these loan periods were for the full season or no?
I'm not 100% sure. I think there might have been a recall for Katic in January. I'm unsure about Itten, but I think there might be a recall possibly have been in there as well in case we'd had any injuries around Jim, possibly, you know. So, I think we bring them back. He might listen to. Well, there's no other coaching staff from really listening apart from Defoe, is there really? So I think you'll want to fresh eyes on it, mate, and have a look at them. And then he'll decide if he thinks he'll either keep them or move them on, along with the rest of the team.
Yeah, the Southside, that's another thing. I don't know I don't know if I heard it on the radio, on Rangers Radio, or where I got this way, but there was something I heard somewhere that the only reason Hitchin went out because Gerrard thought we were getting that big centre-forward for Hibs the last Monday. Did you hear that, man? Did I get that Rangers Radio? No, was that Yorkshire that said that?
No, mate, no. Nisbet, the boy Nisbet.
Aye.
No.
Well, I don't know where I got that for. I don't know, maybe I dreamt it.
Go yourself, Jim.
Were you dreaming about Nisbet? You sure it was the right Nisbet?
Exactly. Come on, Jim, get a grip.
Honestly, I don't know where I've got this way. I'm not kidding you. This has been in my head that's the only reason Steve Gerrard let in go because he thought the Rangers were going to buy Nisbet.
Tell you this, boy, I'll tell you this.
Is that the same Nisbet that had stuck a £5 million price on? Yeah? So that's what they wanted for £5 million or something like that. Well, Rangers shouldn't even look at anything like that. Nothing at all.
No, I got it about 7.
Aye. Well, you know,
aye. Just interested to see what happens with the lone players, Bridge man.
Well, you know, I think they've both been playing quite well, apparently. I think Bigetton scored a double. They've scored a double at the national level. Something like that, anyway, for his new club. And it's only wee snippets I'm picking up. But he's apparently doing quite well, and people are happy with him. So what can you say other than come January, maybe we should get him back? And the problem will get quite crowded, won't it, if he goes back?
Before we go to the tune, can we just say to George Logan, phone in? You seem to have dropped out. Phone in and we'll try and bring you right back in again, or Georgie Logan. Right, get yourselves in mute, gents. We're going to have a tune.
Took a trip to Eyebrow, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Oh, how time it came and went on. The Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was drowning everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half sure it started, and
The Rangers, they turn the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park, for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through the Willie Wood barn. Then offered to Ian McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson. And then goes number 3. Well, it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Whole Bridgeman likes that number.
Oh, well, see when William Simpson heads the ball on. Oh my God! And then goes number 4. Yeah, dancer.
It was 3-1, Bridge. It was only 3-1. Anyway, we've been joined by Georgie Logan. How we doing, George?
How you doing, boys? All right?
Hi, George.
Mate, good.
You doing, Georgie boy?
That is a fantastic song. I like the bit where we're singing the Dolly's Braley Cox, to be fair, but it's a great song. Just what you were saying there about the team ops. I think somebody, I don't know who it would be, but I think somebody's got to take Alfie aside the Mora, and can we trust you, the Mora? Fox, this isn't the biggest game our week as far as I'm concerned. However, I want to get to a final, and I want to be able to trust this wee guy the more. And for me, I would probably place a Cala through the middle of the Mora with Hadji on the right, or Aribo on the right, and Kent on the left. I just didn't know. I love wee Alfie, but I don't know if he's got the temperament to play against certain folks sometimes, and it just takes one wee daft decision in the team, and he could blow it for his ops. That's what I'm fearing.
See, if that's the case, George, would be his Bill partner wise? Does that make sense?
No, it's because we can't trust him, but there's certain people that's under his skin, if you know what I mean. And I think it was Bridgeman that said earlier, the boy Fortress. I mean, we gamed it at this time because Alfie gave him 1 hour in the corner, and 2 minutes later that boy seen red and came up and done whoever it was he done and got sent off. But Alfie won that time. But just takes the other way about that he does Alfie, and Alfie turns around and does something stupid. Ox in a semi-final, and like Bridgeman was saying, they're a half-decent team. Let's not take anything away from them. They're a good team, a half-decent manager. They'll be well set up in that. So I don't think it's just going to be a walk in the park for us. So I think we need 11 guys on the park to get us the result. And if Gio's in the stand, again, they're going to have a wee bit of lift, but we're not wanting any stupid decisions getting us to the cup. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, I understand it. You're talking about when he's up against Porteous, and there's certain players that he seems to have run in battles with, isn't there?
That's it, Ox. I mean, I would love to be able to trust him 100%, Ox, but in my head, I can't trust him 100%. And the boy Sakala's scoring goals for his country, and he's scoring goals for us. I would like to think if we play him through the middle with Kent on one side,
and possibly Hadjo on the other side. I can't make up my decision about the middle three. If it'd be Kent, if it'd be Kamara, Davis and Lundstrom, or Kamara, Davis and Aribo. I couldn't make up my decision about that. But then whoever you make up the decision there, you've got to play the three boys up front, and it can either be Kent, can either be Hadji or Aribo for me.
How are you feeling about the whole couple of weeks, George?
Ox, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. I really am. The manager decided to walk away, and that's it. That thing got that happen, and we've got to move on. I think let's just hope we're a good fit again, because I love Gio. Gio was a Rangers man. He loved the club and things like that. He was at a fantastic time. I think we'll win a watch and getting somebody like Gio's standard, not being at a club and things like that, to come straight back into the club. But I think we dealt with it quite quick. I'm really delighted we've got the wee guy back in Ox. I really am.
Okay, and do you feel when you're talking to your mates and that, do you feel that the support? We were down this time last week. I don't know, maybe down's the right word, but stunned, shocked or whatever. But we're back up again, yeah?
That's right, Ox. We definitely are. I think this has got to be a massive lift for the fans and Sunday going along with this game. I think he's got to be in the stand. I heard you saying a while ago, if he can be in the dressing room, he can be in the dressing room and he can talk to the players and things like that before the game. So they've got to get a lift off of this guy. Even just the way he talks about the club and things like that, they've got to get a lift off him. Of course, they've got to be doing as well with the gaffer. They had all the trust in Steven Gerrard when he was here, Ox. And we all did, like we said the other night, they were all talking him and we all thought the world of the guy, but he's away now, Ox, and I think we're going to be the same with Gio. And if you, like you're saying, you're talking to all your mates and you're listening to what people are saying, everybody's getting the horoscopes back out and that. There's a buzz about it again, Ox. Again, this could have went 2 ways for us, Ox. We could have been chatting on guys' doors, 4 and 5 different managers' doors to come and be the manager of the club and things like that, and look back and waiting weeks and weeks, but it's just been done that quick. He wanted to come to us, we wanted to get him. I think there was another couple of guys in the picture, but I think he was, I would say he's probably everybody's first choice, Ox. And when you're talking here the day, he's talking about bringing in a Scottish guy as well. I think a lot of folk wanted that as well, Ox.
Aye, you're spot on, George. I mean, we've had loads of debates on here. The 3 names that are mentioned the most, or should I say the 4 names that have been mentioned the most, is obviously Barry Ferguson for a few people. Neil McCann's been mentioned, Kevin Thompson's mentioned, and obviously Bridges always gone for Derek McInnes, you know.
Shocker.
the reason I say about a Scottish guy, but also I was saying this to my mate on the phone last night, the reason I say about a Scottish guy, and I ken Gio's probably had a wee bit of a look in the team and seen what's happened and things like that, and seen us winning the league last year, looked at the team and that. But when Gerrard came into his team, came into his club, he brought in guys for Liverpool's under 23s and things like that. And maybe that's what he thought the standard was up here, but I think he got a bit of fright. He was bringing in guys like Ojo and guys like that who never just made it up. So they weren't good enough. So I'd like to think that if Gio's got to think about things like that, let's say as Neil McCann comes in, Neil McCann's got to tell him the type of level of guys we're going to have to come in with, our loan signings or going into the transfer market and buying guys. I think he's got to have a lot of influence. The Scottish, let's say Neil McCann, has got to have a bit of an influence and turning around and saying, Ken, let's not go for this guy, let's have a look at this guy, this is more our level and things like that. I mean, look what he done with Kamara. He pointed us in the right direction with Kamara. So I hope it is with Neil McCann. I know that. And just the way he talks on the telly about us and that as well, Ox, he's passionate about the club and he knows the tactics, the way he talks about things happening in games and that. Quite like Neil McCann.
But if you're talking about people being good on the telly, we all went for Christine Lampard then.
Aye, that's maybe. You said to me, you said earlier on, George, I hung up the phone. I phoned and expected to get Fox on the phone, but you came my hands when I spoke to speak to a lassie, so I just got all shy and that, so I just hung up. I didn't know today.
Oh, you spoke to the boss, did you?
Aye.
Well, the boss I heard the boss. She asked me, I said, my name's Jim. I said, Jim. And she said, where do you come from? I don't why? I wouldn't know why she asked me. I said, go for
she liked you, Jim.
Here's my phone number, man.
Jim, you've given her your name, your phone number, where you come from. You do that all right away to everybody, do you?
Well, it depends what kind of high pitched voice you've got, you know.
I'm going to give you a bit of advice, mate. Don't argue with the boss. Southside.
Oh, never. No. I was the same as George. Yeah, I built into my shell.
Aye. It's different. I suppose it's different for getting Fox in, is it? You know, we're on our best behaviour tonight, mate, honestly. We're obviously on our best behaviour tonight.
Yeah, talking about people who's always on their best behaviour. We'll be called the JFK. Evening, JFK.
Evening, Oxshire. Southside. How you all doing?
How you doing, Jimmy?
All right, Brizzy, man. A nice conversation with the boss there. Very polite she is as well.
We're on the show, they're sitting and talking to the boss.
Aye, just very polite. Be polite to the lady and she'll be polite back to you.
Oh, Jim, you need to give Jim Paisley some lessons on that.
Oh, no, you know what I mean? Just be nice to them now. Just to call them boss, they're quite happy with that and that keeps them in their place.
How are you, JFK?
I'm brand new, mate. Aye, very excited about the coming season and beyond that. Getting Giovanni, absolutely wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season, mate. It's a right upgrade for the other person that we had as a manager. I'm looking forward to Sunday. I'm going to contradict myself here, and I'm going to the game on Sunday. I wasn't going to go back to Ham Dump, but I'm going. I get tickets for the South Stand Up.
Is there anybody in this show get principles? And I'm having a go at you there, Bridgeman, as well. You know, anybody get principles?
No.
Me?
No.
Right, that's fair enough. As long as you know, I don't mind it.
I'll ask the boss. If the boss says we've no principles, then she's right.
I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you.
I managed to get. I managed to get 2 tickets. So depending where they were, but it was the North Stand or the West. I wasn't going to go and stone all game, but South Stand Up. Let's make my bum on a seat. But anyway, can I give you my team? I think for Sunday, mate.
Yes.
Is Barisic still injured?
We've not a press conference. We've not heard.
No, right, okay. We'll go along that he's injured then. So it's obviously McGregor, Tavernier, Goldson, Balogun and Bassey. And in the middle for me, Kamara, Davis, Aribo. Up front, Hadji, Alfie and Ryan Kent.
I think that's pretty close to Southside.
Aye, Jimmy. Warner's fit, so you'll swap him and that's us sorted.
Right,
mate.
well, if he's fit Southside, then I would swap him for Bassey.
I don't know if he's fit either, mate, but I put Borner, but that's the exact same team as I picked, Jimmy.
Aye, I think that's I know there's a temptation there for a lot of people to drop Alfie and bring Sakala in after his goal spree. He's been on an international duty and a hat-trick for us a couple of weeks ago, but for me, a big game player is Alfie, and I think he'll show us on Sunday what he's all about. And unlike my good friend Oxshire there, I would still give Hadji a game up front. And obviously Ryan Kent, let's hope he's flying again. The middle speaks for itself. I mean, Lundstrom and Davis for me can't play together, so it's one or the other for me. But I think it's got to be Stephen Davis on the big Hampden Park, mate, with Kamara and Aribo in the middle.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Lundstrom going forward.
Yeah, I don't think the Macy's were very enamoured with him when we first came out year, but I think he's grown on us a bit. Some of his performances have been good. He's kind of fell out a wee bit, but I mean, for me, him and Davis just can't seem to play in the same team. So for me, it's got to be Stephen Davis, and we'll see how that goes forward. I've spoken to a few people who say they would still play Sakala because his goals ratio at the moment for international hat-tricks and things like that, but I would still go with our number one striker, and that's Alfie.
JFK, Jim.
Yes, Jim, how you doing, pal?
All right, mate. I was going to ask you something about a thing I wasn't sure about. So Roof's not getting a look in. Is Roof injured? Is he not hunting for you at all?
As far as I know, he got an injury when he was away training. He played with Jamaica. And I don't know much about apart from I'd read that he'd actually got an injury. But for me, if I'm honest, it'd be Morelos, Sakala and Roof in that order. That'd be the pecking order for me in that aspect. I think Roof's quite far down the line of getting a game, Jim, to be quite honest.
Right.
If
Jim,
Morelos...
Jim, can you do us a favour? Go on and no say roof, because well, Francis and Fergus want to come on.
Here, I've not got Troy tonight, so you're all right.
What about JFK's dog as well? You know, get in there.
Oh, wee Blue, he just does a yap, mate, so we're all right. Wee Blue's okay.
He was well joining that hang up along the road for you, and that yaps and all that wee French thing up there with a white flag hanging off it.
That's shocking, by the way.
It's exciting. It's exciting times for us at Oxshire. It's to see Gio back home again, and I've listened to different things today and that, and two people who are obviously just anti-Rangers reckon that Stephen, whoever he's called, is a far better player than Giovanni ever was. And if you looks and you stack the two of them together, and that, you know, Stevie Who never won the league down in England. Giovanni did. For me, Gio's a man.
Yes, no.
Yes, mate.
Yes, no. Whatever happened to Troy, Jim, before I go back to JFK?
No, Troy's my brother's dog. I just get him occasionally when they're away. There's dogs sitting in that, you know. He's not apparently here. Yeah, he's actually not allowed back here because he gets spelt when he's here. He eats a lot of garbage when he's here, you know. So I feed him everything stuff, you know. He's look after. He's a pedigree, you know. So he eats. I buy him a lot of garbage, you know. He loves, you know. The thing that dogs really like.
Right, okay. JFK, are you feeling more positive than you were, say, 2 weeks ago?
No, even when Stevie Who was a manager, I still think we're more capable of beating the Spoonburners. I don't have any fear of that. I heard you say at the start of the show, or in the middle of the first half of the show, that you were feeling very confident. I'm feeling confident because I think the Spoonburners are a decent team. But I think if we go out and play the football we know, it'll depend what kind of lift that the players get, Oxshire, with the signing of Giovanni. We've been hearing these stories that things weren't right for a while, and that he wasn't actually taking the training. I think we already knew that. It was Michael Beale that was doing the training by the guys now. But I'm feeling confident for Sunday. And if I nailed my colours to the mast, I'm going to go for 3-1, mate.
Okay, I'm liking that. All right, okay. Aye. Listen,
I like that 3-1. I like that 3-1 GFK. I'll take your price for that for the morning. That's a score I do fancy.
I think they're like, no, we've got to give them. We don't like to say we want to give the Spoonburners credit, but I think they'll give us a hard game. Let's not get carried away. Let's hope the Giovanni thing doesn't carry us too far. The emotions and the adrenaline gets overhyped and that. Let's go out and do a job, win the game, and then obviously we're going to look forward to the Sparta Prague game next Thursday. I'm confident we'll beat them.
All right, get yourselves in mute, because Fox is going to play us a wee ditty.
Hi, I'm Big Stevie.
Hi, I'm Southside from Rangers Radio.
As part of our club's 150-year celebrations, Rangers Radio are holding a charity race night on the 26th of March 2022 at the Rangers Club outside Ibrox Stadium.
Thanks to everyone who has contributed so far. There are still opportunities for businesses, supporters clubs and individuals to sponsor races and place advertisements within the event programme.
Listeners, including those unable to attend, can purchase tickets for our online Super 6 Races Booze Cruise to win a super selection of quality spirits provided by the Rangers Radio panellists.
For details how to take part in our Super 6 and how to purchase adverts in our race programme, please visit shop.RangersRadio.online.
Super 6 Races will also be screened live on Facebook. Any listeners wishing to become involved in our sponsorship should contact rangersradio@gmail.com.
All monies raised will go to the Emmy Smiley Charity Foundation, the Rangers Supporters Erskine Appeal and the Robert Mulholland Memorial Parade.
Meanwhile, it's Colonel John Summerbird in the red cap. And Zinyan has come to the outside. Zinyan coming flying on the grandstand side. Gio Conti on the inside. Summerbird is right there. This is unbelievable.
It's that bad, it's good.
Well, all I can see is the Price is Right is looking for a couple of dollies.
Right, well, be careful, mate. Your turn's still to come.
Oh, jeez. I must say, very professional.
So it was pretty eloquently put.
Of course it was, mate. Not a stutter in sight.
Aye.
Trust me, there was.
Was there, aye? Well, are they
Here, Jimmy, you could go for a boat to bronze or a shop or a dot. Honestly, man, it was unbelievable.
Oh, dear, looking forward.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. No, Bridge has been the funniest so far. You enjoyed it, Bridge, didn't you?
Indeed.
So are you pairing us all up like?
Yes, I am.
They tried us out before, and I'm afraid that I don't know. I must have had 9 takes or something.
9. You're being conservative.
I might be it. But it took us a while. Let's put it that way. It was funny. It was a good laugh. I got a good laugh. I think Foxy kept screwing it all up. That, to be honest with you.
Yes, but Penny's up. And listen, we've got 5 out of the 8 races sponsored so far, and for everybody that's done to help us out so far, we really appreciate it, and we'll keep you informed of how things are going. But we're really touched by the people that's got involved so far out for the night. But we're trying to raise money for some decent Rangers organisations and charities, right? We're not going to bore you, but we'll keep you informed on how it's going. And thanks to everybody that's donated so far. And it's shaping up to be a good night for everybody who can attend. And we're even trying to get people who can't come along to be involved by showing our races live on Facebook. It should be good for everybody. Right, carry on, GFK.
Aye, as I was saying, no, let's not get carried away in the cresty wave, as they say, and let the emotions get in the better of us. Let's go out there and play the football we know we can play. You know, there has something been lacking, as we all know, in the team. So let's hope that they sort themselves out for Sunday and give a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
Win it
well. I can't argue with that. I think it was after the afternoon Aberdeen game, George Logan. I come on and everybody else was a bit peeved, and we went through all the fixtures, dissected it, and the performances were the piece. They've not been great this season. Let's be honest. We haven't performed. Georgie Logan.
No, you're right, Ox. That's the thing. I said a few weeks ago, I think we've been stale. I couldn't put my finger on it. I mean, the same players are still there. The confidence should have been absolutely high. I think we got a bit of a beating at the start of the season with Malmo and things like that. Ox, I don't think we should have been beaten after them. I mean, that was we gave it away, really. I think, if I'm perfectly honest, like again, I think it's easy to say it now, but I think there has been a bit of a problem there. I don't know if people have been buying into something or something like that, and I just hope we do get it. But I'm with you, Jimmy. I hope we didn't get caught in this big mad wave and end up it's a bit of a damp squib to Ox. I hope we get caught in that and we can take the positives with the Ox, because that's what we've got to look at. I mean, we could have been doing Dunstrom's now if we wanted, just by losing the manager and things like that. But we've acted on it really quick. We've got a new guy in. I think we're all quite positive, quite buzzing about it. So if we can start playing the kind of football and get the confidence back into the guys, I mean, there was Jimmy naming the front three there. Let's see, he's just the 3 forward guys, Ruth, Hadji and Sakala. I mean, that's some forward line. And you've got Kent on one side, Aribo on the other side, possibly Hadji on the other side. Ox, we shouldn't be toiling against teams, Ox. We should be battering teams. Look at the back line, the Croatian International, James Tavernier, the captain, Golson. We shouldn't be losing first goals against every team we play against, Ox. It shouldn't be happening. It's easy to say this shouldn't be happening, but it's a fact. I mean, we brought a boy up from the English Premiership who was rated at £6 or £7 or £8 million, and he's not really kicked a ball. Last couple of games, I thought he was actually all right. But I think if we get a bit of confidence into these players, Ox, that's the only thing I can think of. Get confidence into these players and start playing the football we can, and I think we'll go on a run, Ox.
All right. We've been joined by Andrew from Crookston. Evening, Andrew.
Good evening, Ox. Good evening, Bridgeman. Good evening, JFK. Good evening, everybody on the panel.
Good evening, Andrew.
Good evening, Bridgeman. I just wanted to phone in and say I've not phoned in since I said that my hopeful candidate would be Gio, and I'm sure that was Mace Rangers fans' hopeful appointment. But to get him in, I'm absolutely delighted, over the moon. And as JFK said there, it's just now hopefully we can kick on to it and get going again and play the football we can play. On the other hand, I want to say, I'm sure, I don't know if he's brought it up yet, that a big massive thanks to Ross Wilson for the work he's doing at Rangers. Just a complete, what's the word I'm looking for? Role model for Rangers. Just the way he spoke and how they'd already planned for a new manager way before they even broke that Gerrard had decided he was leaving. It's delighted to say the name, but I'm just happy the work that's getting done in the background and the appointment that's been made. I'm over the moon.
I think you're right, but Southside, that's his job, isn't it?
I was just going to say that, Andy. I mean, that's what he's been brought in today, to make sure that he's got a B list there for managers that he'll keep an eye on and track, and then hopefully when the time comes that we have to find somebody. I'll maybe take on it with the previous manager. I think maybe the last. Just thinking about it, maybe the last international break before that one, there might have been something happening around about then, and then there was only 3-4 games, and then we're into our international break. So that's my take on it. I think he might have been sounded out around about then, but he's gone. So Gio's come in. It seems to be everybody seemed to jump on the bandwagon. That seemed to be the name for the start, and it was Giovanni. Didn't hear many other people putting anybody else really forward for it. So seems to be the board have went with it. He done it professional, I suppose. Like you're saying, he spoke well about it, but it is his job, and only time will tell me whether he's got it right or no. This is his big appointment, So
absolutely.
So we'll see if he's got it right in time. Hopefully, he will have, obviously, and if he does, great for us, and we'll see where it takes us. But I'm just concentrating on Sunday, mate. I'm just looking forward to. Hope it's not a sideshow and a circus that he's there in the stand and all that. So that could be a wee bit of a distraction. But I'm hoping that the players will be focused. Like you say, Golston, Tav, McGregor, Davis, Arfield, players like that should be telling the rest of them if their minds are elsewhere, which it shouldn't be. This is a big game for Glasgow Rangers, and we need to get to this final. And we get to the final, we need to win it. So I think that's what should be the main focus for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Very well said. I couldn't have said that any better myself, to be honest.
Do any of you guys think that going forward that there's a few players whose places are at risk in the team?
Always.
I'm talking about. I mean, like so. I know that. I mean, there's a Tav fan club Oxshare, and obviously there's a Patterson fan club. Is there a risk that Tavernier could lose that place permanently? And that's these type of things that, going forward.
If you don't involve John Gregg, we would still be playing money. You know what I mean? So you've constantly, and these are what these guys get paid a lot of money for. Unfortunately, Stephen Davis is just not there anymore. He's a half yard slow. He's a great football player, but we're going to have to forget about him. And it's no nice because Stephen Davis is an absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
But that's your job. Yeah. You've got to keep evolving. Bridgeman, it's tough, but you've got to make these big calls. That's what you get paid big bucks for.
Absolutely. That's what the manager gets paid all the money for. And yeah, you're right. All these things you just said there are very difficult. There's very few people would want to see Stephen Davis step away from the team right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, I believe this sincerely, getting closer to the end of the season, obviously depending where we are and how well he's playing, I could see him finishing the season off with us as a first team player and a first team pick immediately, plus first name in the list most of the time. Because seriously, I think I'd love to see him moving into coaching and getting a permanent job in the coaching area. That's what I would like to see. And if he needs to, he could do what Jermaine Defoe did and do a player coach role for a season.
How many coaches do you want?
No, I'm saying that's what I believe. I think that the guy deserves it. And there are certain players who seem to be naturals for Rangers. And I think he's one of them.
Good fit. Sometimes I like people to go away and do something and come back. But we'll see.
Aye.
You know,
no for me. No for me.
You know, I love.
You've got you've got to be a good coach. There's no point just saying you can't be player one day and be the first team coach of the. You've got to go do something. You can't even walk into being a first team player to a first team coach. That doesn't wash for me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not.
All right.
There's no.
But I get where you're coming from. I think Bridge means maybe a role at the club. I don't necessarily think he means that they should be doing the first team right away.
No way.
I don't think he should be there at all. For the very start, I would never ever thought the idea of bringing him, and I don't see why there's a chance of him getting any coaching job. There's a lot of good ex-Rangers players out there who should be brought to Ibrox. For me, Defoe's a luxury, and the fact is, what is he going to be doing? I don't believe the story that he refused to go to Aston Villa. I don't think Gerrard wanted to take him. So, but he's going to be there on Sunday, and we'll back him in that. But for me, I want to give him a future at Ibrox.
Wait a minute.
Sorry. He's got a contract.
Wait a minute. We have been joined from Andrew from Leeds. Evening, Andrew, who was waiting patiently.
Good evening, guys. Good show. Not too bad. Hope you're all keeping well.
Good, mate. Give us your take on events, mate.
Well, I think the turnaround's been pretty good. I think, we've known that we've wanted Broncos, to be honest with you. I think we've known that Gerrard, or the Rangers board have known that Gerrard, 3 or 4 weeks ago is going to drop this on him. So I think we've had our eye on the ball as well and gone for the guy that we wanted. I think it's a good appointment, thinking about it. I'm a bit wary about us going Dutch again because we've been there. And, my points, as I said to you before there, it's great when it works there, but when they fall out, they totally implode the Dutch guys. But, new regime, new manager, he seems to have a different cut. So hopefully he takes us forward. A bit wary about Sunday. I think we'll get there. Is it extra time and penalties, by the way?
Yes.
Right. Well, it could go deep into that. And I think we angered them. They get up for it. We angered them with the antics. The manager was quite instrumental of sticking it right up him and all that. So I think that'll be in their heats as well. I worry if it's the two main men I think he'll come for. I think will be Kent and Kamara. Now, what worries me about A2, if they know or think they're going to go down there, will they put on the hard shift in Scottish football, knowing the way that Scottish football plays against us, for fear of getting injured? They two kind of worry me. Home, though, you'd like to think that they want to get the cell in there if that's what's going to happen, but that kind of worries me. I think we're not in the place we were when Gerrard came into the club. We're in the position. It's the next 3 games for me will show who wants to be there and who doesn't want to be there. So hopefully we want to go out there and do the business.
That's 44 questions. What one do you want to take?
I'm just being here to take while it's in my head. I'm not had the drink, so it's coming out pretty quickly.
You go back off and come on with a drink. You're better, right?
Oh dear.
Right, okay, I get your point, and you seem quite satisfied, and you seem quite pleased, and that's the general mood in the camp, Southside. I know you've got reservations, Southside. You've stated that last week when there was only one obvious candidate, and I get your point, and you've made it But the mood seems to have picked up. It's all about players now. It's all about players and how they react. And he's mentioned some names there, Andy. If they want to go, just go. Obviously, we'll tell them, you know.
Yeah, well, I've always agreed with that.
Aye, Southside.
I think Andy, I think it'll take a wee bit of time. I think it'll take a wee bit of time for the team to sort of change into the way Gio will certainly tweak a couple of things. I don't think he'll do anything much for Sunday. I think the team will go out and play the way it knows it plays, you know, and the backroom team for the B team coaches, that's the way they play. The phone that know the system, the players know the system. So it'll just be about personnel on Sunday and just about going out and performing. I think our time, he might come for one or two. You've got to remember, they've got a guy down there that costs 30 million points in the left wing, and he's supposed to be really good. So Bailey or something, but he's been out injured. So I don't know whether he would come. I don't know if he's interested in Kent if going to Villa straight away or anything. I'm not really worried about that, Andy. I'm just looking for the team just to get their heads focused. They're playing at Glasgow Rangers. They know we won the league last year. They know what's at stake this year. And if any of them are planning and hanging about at the end of the season and don't get tempted away or whatever, then they'll get a chance of the Champions League because we need to win this league. So it's a big important game on Sunday, and I think the majority of them all have their head focused. If one or two don't play well on the day, I wouldn't put it down and saying, they're in the huff because Gerrard's away. I'll just put one of the days, Andy. You know,
no,
Sunday.
I wasn't meaning just as a one-off game. I was meaning.
I think our time. I think our time, but they know we've got a lot to play for. We've got a European game after the Cup game, and hopefully we'll have a final to look forward to before Christmas. And we've certainly got a lot of important league games to get on with and be winning. So, hopefully Gio will get off and get his running after Sunday when he's in the dugout, and we'll see maybe the way he wants to maybe tweak the team slightly. We know he plays a 4-3-3. I have got reservations about him, but I want him to be a success, course a day. So on that note, that's a bit I'm thinking, Knox. Just get the game out of the way Sunday, beat Hibs, and then let's go for there.
We won't time the balls. Andy, come back in and then we'll go to Bridge.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You're Andrew. He's Andy. Sorry.
Yeah, look, I think we'll be all right. You'd like to think that the incentives there now, you know, a new manager and press and all that, I think he'll do the job for us. I mean, there's no guarantee in any, like, you know, but I think the thing that we've definitely got in our favour here, he knows what we're about, performed very well for Rangers, seem to have a big fondness for us. So hopefully, you know, that the players would like to respond. And if what they were saying, that it looks now that Gerrard wasn't interested, and the players were sort of looking at him and saying, well, what's going on here? Like, maybe the players might think, it's a new kick, new lease of life, let's go again and show what we could do last season, and hopefully we can put that in. Ali just put in the feed about 5 minutes ago that Kevin Thompson resigned from the Wee Hearts. I don't know who clue that is.
No, I've not heard that yet. Listen, mate, we're getting a lot of interference for you, mate, yeah?
Right, okay.
I don't know your phone or your jacks or your microphone, whatever, but good to hear from you, and we'll let you go only because of the interference, Andy, yeah?
Aye, I've been having a lot of problems getting it to play altogether, to be honest with you. Keep dipping out every night. I'll catch you later anyway.
Right, cheers, Andy.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers, Andy.
And you come, Andrew.
Aye, just a point picking up on what Andy was saying there. I was just saying if that Gerrard does want to take one or two of our players, I think you touched on it, Ox, or it was Bridgman during the week, that if he did, then he keeps his word. And you know what he was saying, if any players, when he was interviewed, any players want to come in for us, we're good players, then they'll need to put the big bucks in. So I hope he doesn't think he can come in with like silly offers for our players. And so we need our board and our management team to stay strong, and you know what I mean, and just you know what I mean. Basically, tell them that the money's got to be right.
All right, mate. All right. Thanks for that point, mate. We'll go to Bridgman with that. But you're right. But I think the problem is that Gerrard will know some of the deals that they've got and the exit clauses that are in their contracts. Bridgman?
Yeah, I think that's a big danger. It's a big danger for any club when their manager leaves. If they've left behind some quality players and the team are playing well and so on and so forth, then the manager could come back in and steal some players away at a reasonable price as well. But I'm sure I read something that Rangers had said something in the contract that he can't sign MD for Rangers in January. And I don't know how true this is. It might just be rubbish, But
no,
something like
it's
that.
rubbish. It's rubbish.
Okay, that's fine. So if he does come back in, I think we know there's a number of players there who are top quality as far as he's concerned. And I would put 3 in. The Steven Gerrard, if he had the cash, he could come and buy, and that would be Mr. Kent, Mr. Aribo, and Mr. Kamara. I think they would be the 3.
Listen, they're all for sale, mate, if the price is right. But let's not be putting our players. We want to keep our players if
we
new
don't
manager
wants
to keep them.
We've got a huge season ahead of us. Huge season from a European perspective and a league perspective. We have to do our best, as JFK said. We've got a massive task to try and get into if we can win the league, then we've got this massive thing dangling in front of us for the Champions League. A lot of money in there. But that's fine.
All right. I'm in a mind with you, Oxshare. If they want to go. But do you know something? I'm no worried at all, because Stevie Hoo's team are going to get relegated, mate. You could have Jose Mourinho and Conte in there as a manager and assistant manager. They're a rubbish team, mate. What are they going to do before January?
I'll tell you, mate, there's 3 worse teams in that league than them.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much English fit me. Well, I've saw Aston Villa, and I tell you, they're a rank rotten team. They've imploded since they get rid of a guy, Grealish. And any Rangers player worth their salt decides that they want to go and play for a team that's never going to do any better than maybe win an FA Cup or a League Cup down there, because they'll never get into Europe. So that's up to them. If Kent and them want to go, I'm with you. It's up to them. Don't want to play for Rangers, bye-bye. Doesn't interest me, but I'm only interested in what's happening in January.
I accept that they've lost their last 5 games, that team, and they're sitting where they're sitting. But if you look in the first few games, I think they were sitting joint top of the league without Grealish.
Aye.
No,
but they're ranked rotten.
I think there's 3 worse teams in. Only my opinion, I think.
There is 3 worse teams, aye, but they'll be dragged down there. But aye, well, time will tell. But no, as you've said many times, even before Stevie Hoo came, if you don't want to play for Rangers, then go. Just go. We don't. Plain and simple. And Stevie Hoo's went, so we just got on with it. We've got Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, Rangers manager, going for the 56th treble. And
title.
Oh, 56 title and a treble.
Oh, and a treble, sorry.
Oh, with the treble, mate. 56 titles with the treble. I'm happy with that, and if we can perform well and get into the group stages in Europe, that's all that I'm interested in. If anybody doesn't want to come styways, then that's their loss. They'll never play in Europe again.
At the right price, But we'll see.
The right price.
Players come and go, managers come and go. Jimmy Paisley constantly. It's part of the game.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct there. There's another thing I'd like to say, if the guys don't mind me saying things I know I usually talk a lot of crap all the time, but Aston Villa's no the only...
You're good at it. You're good at it.
yeah, Aston Villa's no the only show in town, Listen, we've got 3 players we keep mentioning all the time who may leave Rangers at a certain price. These guys have started in Europe and Europa League Cup games and all the rest of it. They've not been unnoticed throughout Europe. We're not expecting... Stevie Gerrard's the only manager that's going to come for our players. Just because we have a couple of quid to spend.
Fair comment, mate. Fair comment. But we'll see what it takes us. Right, okay. Well, we've got an idea what everybody thinks the team is. How do you think the game's going to go on Sunday? Andrew?
I'll go for McGregor, Tavernier, Balogun, Goldson and Barisic are fit, with Davis, Kamara, Aribo, and I'll have Sakala, Morelos and Hadji.
Ryan Kent?
Oh, sorry. Forgetting he's back, sorry. Kent, Morelos and Hadji.
Well, you were doing all right up to the end there. Right, aye. And how's the game going to go?
I'm going for a 3-1, and I'd say that there's somebody already said that. I think two people said already in the show, but I did say earlier on the day I thought I just said 3-1, so I'm sticking with that.
All right, okay. I don't know if you'll get a show on it, but we are getting some noise for you, Andrew. So we'll say good night, mate, and we'll speak to you soon, mate. All right.
I don't know why, mate. Everything's silent.
I don't know what it is.
But
no, it's not necessarily your fault, mate. Yeah, it's always a complicated thing.
No worries at all, mate.
All right, mate.
No worries.
All right. Speak to
all
you
the
soon,
best.
Mate.
Good night.
Cheers. Right. All right. 3-1 seems to be a popular score. Southside.
Aye, I can't give anybody a goal. I'll just stick to 2-0 to the Bears. But aye, it'll be a hard game, mate. We'll see their setup. If they play Gogic, they're normally going into sit in tight and all that, or else they'll play Scott Allen. You know, that's what they look for, to get him on the ball and try and fire balls in between their centre back and probably full backs for Boylan. I think they've got for a bit of pace, but we know how they should set up. We've played them often enough, so it's just about us starting well, mate, and getting right in about them, you know, and looking to take our chances. We're a wee bit unsure about how the team will set up because we don't know how it'll be picked, but it doesn't matter what team's picked, mate. It's a semi-final and you're representing Rangers, and there's only one thing: we need to get to that final and win it. So the team know what it's all about, mate. It's just about us turning up and getting stuck right in about them for the start. And I can see he's going out and winning 2-0, mate. I don't see any extra time or anything like that.
All right, okay. All right. Aye. I hope you're right. 2-0. We're getting that. I'm going to go for one and tap of that. There you go. I'm going to go for 3. I think we'll get there and we'll get the new manager bounce JFK. There you go.
Aye, mate, that's a bold statement. 3-0. Aye, got to be bold. Aye, but I think we'll win it comfortably. But I don't think it'll be as easy as some have said. I mean, people I've spoke to since yesterday are saying, Sunday's a gimme now. It's no a gimme.
No, you've got to get in there.
Of course you get there. I mean, if Portis is up for it and want to run about kicking players all apart and that, and Gogic and things like that. So, well, I think if he plays the right team, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we'll not know maybe if Gio's got any input in the selection of the team. We might be in for a couple of surprises. We don't know. Or if he'll just leave it to the guys that's been put in as the thing with the interim just now to Gio takes over on Monday. So we'll wait and see. But aye, 3-0 would do me, obviously. But I'll still stick with my 3-1, mate.
Aye, okay. Bridges went for 1-0, Bridgeman.
Oh yes, 1-0 to the Rangers. Remember that bit, Rangers. To the Rangers. I'm going for that. But obviously, I hope it's one you said. I hope it goes to 3 for us. And I'll take it in above 1. I just like a clean sheet as well. But that would be really nice. If they don't score, then we'll win. Simple as that.
Yeah, you're spot on. Aye. Well, I'm glad that the positivity is back within the camp, and we're all going for goals. Bridgeman, entertaining football every week with him, Spo staff. Sorry, outside.
He just never names a goal scorer. He always just says 1-0, doesn't he? He never seems to pick a goal scorer, Bridge.
I'll go for Ryan Kent. How's that?
I'll take that, mate. Aye, take that all day long. Aye, I think it's Hampden. You know, we know what's at stake. But they're all played international games. We're back, but it's a semi-final, so just hoping that whoever goes on that part, Jimmy, like you say, it shouldn't matter. Yeah. We should be winning. That's what it's all about. No, we didn't get all the trophies in that trophy room for being second. Do you know what I mean? So just back to winning ways, and let's do it for Gio. You know.
All right, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Evening, Ox. Evening, Jimmy. Evening, Bridge. Evening, the rest of the guys. I was interested in hearing you saying who you thought maybe, as Jimmy called him, Stevie, who would maybe attempt to maybe come back in for. I'm being honest, guys. The only guy I think he would be interested in, you've got to remember, they've got plenty of money now. He's fishing in a different market altogether. The only player I think he would attempt to go for our lot is Kamara, because everybody knows what he thought about Kamara. But going on what we've heard for the press tonight, it's definitely Wee McCann that Gio's bringing in along with him as a Scottish guy. Who was the guy that got Kamara to our club? It was McCann that earmarked him first before anybody. So he might have something to say on that one. As regards to the game on Sunday, I think it will be tight. I genuinely do. If you think of the last two games, the last one especially, they were on top. By far they were on top. And we all know how we've started this season. But the only wee bit of worry that I've got is, but surely with us bringing in a new manager, you would think every one of the players would boot to bust a gut, to show off. Whenever we've went to an international break, we all know what's happened in our next game. We've struggled. We've struggled big time for the last 2 and 3 seasons. So I'm hoping that they all come out fighting fit and they're going to put on a show, simply because they're playing for Rangers, and more importantly, they're playing for a new manager that none of them's played under. So they should be mega trying, and they're going to get a win.
Aye, do you think there's any? With Hibs, have they played for a month now? Have they? They've played for a month.
That's right, Ox. They haven't played at all. You know, so it could work either way. But I'm only interested in us. And to be fair, we've all had problems. We've all said it. Every time we've had a break, we've come back, and in our next game, we've been really, really poor. And if anything stands up this time, surely to goodness we can start off a game on the front foot, because we've been mega, mega slow near enough every game we've started. And for playing at Hampdens, guys like Kent and that, they should be revelling in a big, big pitch, you know what I mean? So you're hoping that they're going to play in front of a new manager. They've got to be busting their gut. They've got to be.
But you'd like to think so. JFK, then Southside.
I mean, I agree with you, Blue Star. They've got to go out and bust their gut for the new manager, but more so for themselves, you know, because they've let themselves down. Look, I mean, we're top of the league, as we all know, but I mean, we should be out of sight. Some of the games are scraped by, but we need to get out of this habit of losing the first goal. We've proved we can come back and win it, Blue Star. But I'm confident the players that we've got, whatever team he picks, will go out and do the job. I didn't realise he said there that Hibs hadn't played for a month. That's 4 or 5 games I've missed. So. That might be a big factor in it, but we'll just wait and see. But they'll be up for it. Everybody's up for a game against Rangers. But with the Hampden pitch, Ryan Kent should revel in it, and so should players like Hadji. You know, and Stephen Davis should be able to ping the ball about that middle. So let's hope for a good victory on Sunday. And I want to get him on Sunday night for the start. I'm a celebrity, so I don't want extra time and penalties, you know.
We've got an announcement. Bridge has been practising his parachute jumping, so just watch it.
Oh dear.
You never know, he might appear. Right, Southside.
Aye, similar to what Jimmy said. You know, it's a semi-final, you know, and we're in it. And like you said earlier on, Jimmy, they've let themselves down in the past, you know, St Mirren, St Johnstone, even getting back to Aberdeen at Hampden and stuff. We get robbed off with an offside goal. So we've got a lot to get back on track for, and we need to get a domestic cup done. And it'd be good to win one just before Christmas. And Blue Star, you're right, we're huffed and puffed after games, after the European games as well as the international breaks, you know. But we're hoping we're going to get off to a good start, and it will be a hard game, Jimmy, but I think we could do it in 90 minutes, and I'm hoping it'll be 2-0 for us, but it'll be a hard game. They'll fancy their chances, probably thinking, well, let's go and have a go at them, because they might be a bit all over the place with Stevie, with the manager leaving and that, but at the end of the day, we've got a lot of players in that squad with experience, and they've all been together for a long time, so it's just about knuckling down and just getting stuck right in about them, Jimmy, and Sunday, and hopefully we do that, we create the chances, we take them, then there's no problem on Sunday. But it will be a hard game, I don't doubt it, but looking forward to it, and I'm sure we'll be giving them plenty of backing for the terracing, so that's it.
We've reached that time of the evening. Southside.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. Good topics, good to hear everybody on and their opinion. So looking forward to Sunday, and let's get steamed into this mob and get them a doing on the park.
Yeah.
Bridgeman.
Oh, what can I say? A marvellous night, by the way, Oxford. Thank you very much. And a big cheers to Southside for being my buddy on this. I just love it. Absolutely superb. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans in here on Rangers Radio, biggest game of the season coming up, possibly bigger than any game we've had for a while, because our manager will be sitting in the stand. So everybody keep it going for the Rangers and keep it going for Gio Van Bronckhorst, because we all need it. We all need the support, and we need to do it. So keep it going for the Rangers, everybody. Please, keep it going.
Thanks to everybody who's took the time to join us tonight, all the callers. Thanks to Bridgeman and Southside for doing the show. Fox and Old School Boy for doing the technicals. Everybody for listening all over the world. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 3 o'clock with a build up to Rangers winning the semi-final on Sunday. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend up to Sunday. Take it away, Old School Boy.
Follow Glasgow Rangers. Follow all the way. 54 times the Kings of Scotland. The most in football's history. We've got the battle fever on until the game is won. The spirit of those truth will carry on. In charge, you've got Steven Gerrard. 255, he'll lead us all the way. Scalping the Thames at home at Ibrox, and even in the piggery. We've got the battle fever on until the game is won. The spirit of those truth will carry on. Let's go! Inside the blue sea of Ibrox, we'll cheer you on to victory, as we did in Barcelona, and the first of 9 at Pittodrie. We've got the battle fever on until the game is won. The spirit of those truth will carry on. We've got the battle fever on until the game is won. The spirit of those truth will carry on.